Well, man, the first time I saw Nate Craig play, we're at a 7-on-7 event. He couldn't be covered, and I thought he was, a senior. And they were like, "Oh, that's the kid Nate Craig." And I was like, "Hold on, this guy's a ninth grader?"
When did you realize, like, hey, I'm really good at this?
I started to realize that when I was in middle school. Played my first middle school game, scored 6 touchdowns in like the first half. One play was a guy pulled my pants down, and I switched the ball in the hand and stopped, pulled my pants up and scored. And I knew it was pretty legit.
Well, when I was aware of Nate, he was in middle school, was 8th grader, heard all about him. And as a freshman, saw him against Robinson High School, and he just scorched him. I mean, you could tell as a 9th grader that he was unbelievable. I think after his 9th grade year, he picked up an offer from Texas Tech. And then I want to say the next day was UMass. And from then on, he just blew up. I mean, every day was an offer.
Auburn, North Carolina, Alabama, Florida State, Miami, Clemson. The list can go on.
With Rivals.com, he was at one time ranked the #1 overall player in the country when their first rankings came out for 2016. And from that point on, it was just, everything was crazy, and everybody knew who Nate Craig was.
I remember when I was reporting on Nate, anytime I wrote anything about Nate Craig, whether it was what he had to say about Auburn or what he had to say about Florida State, I mean, fans just went crazy. The articles always just blew up. It's just a massive thing. He's just one of those guys where anything that you would write about him would get a lot of attention just because he was that highly recruited and that highly ranked. Off the field, he's really not a flashy guy. He kind of keeps to himself a lot. I don't think that he was all about the attention like a lot of these recruits are. I think he's just kind of more of a reserved, hardworking, blue-collar kind of a guy, and I think that really benefits him on the field.
My first time visiting Auburn, it was my first game that I ever went to in college. Just seeing the atmosphere, and then being able to be out on the field and just looking up into the stands, and that's something you want to be a part of.
Just getting up there and feeling a family environment, really, was huge with Auburn.
Coach Malzahn, he having the guys come around to his house. They could go around fishing, playing games. His wife even interact with the players. He really didn't pressure me into anything. Even when I decommitted, he just made sure that's something that I really wanted to do. And then after I decommitted, he asked to speak with my mom and asked, can he still recruit me? And that was really something that stuck out to me, because a lot of coaches, they really try to bash you once you decommit. But I still felt at home.
Auburn has always been successful. It's always had that family atmosphere, that family tradition. And I think that was a huge part in him picking the Auburn Tigers.
In terms of his impact, I don't think Auburn's had a wide receiver out of high school who's this talented in a really long time. Maybe not even ever. I mean, I know that Nate was a 5-star prospect before he got injured, but just from a physical standpoint, Nate is really impressive, I think.
I definitely just want to go in there and make a name for myself. Push my teammates, go in and day out, just go out there and fight for a position, and definitely show them that I belong.
I don't think anybody, to be honest, in the country is able to go up and high point the football the way he does, as well as being able to stiff arm, his quick feet, and it's just a knack of get to the end zone after he catches the ball. So given the opportunity, he's going to be one that we talk about for a while.